do people have an idea, or do people almost have no idea? I don't know what it's like to transition. And I can't imagine if that would take a while because you go step by step, or actually you would make that decision and you just would want it to happen and it would happen quickly. Does it vary? Give us some education here.
Yeah, well, and the answer is it does vary. There's no one roadmap for a youngster or for an adult to transition. And I should clarify, I'm not transgender, so I'm a cisgender person. In other words, someone who doesn't identify as transgender. But I know, like, at least for our young people, sometimes it is like, well, first of all, they arrive at this decision that they need to transition after a long period of thought and reflection. It's not like they woke up one morning and said, "Hey, I'm transgender. Hey, and I like bananas." Something like that is not,
Right.
something. It's oftentimes something that.
And is that part of the misunderstanding by people that are
Yeah.
opposed to this? They think
It's a fad or it's a
whim.
fleeting thought or something like that. And it's not, and it's not that, young students or youth don't sometimes say, "Hey, I'm going to be a girl today," or, dress up in girls' clothes or dress up in boys' clothes. That's normal gender play and something that should be encouraged and supported. But what's different is that for a young transgender student, that's something that's very persistent in that belief that they're transgender or that they're gender other than what they were assigned at birth. We know from research that that's something that people can be aware of as early as the age of 2. Between ages 2 and 4, most of us have become very aware of our gender identity. So that's something that people are aware of. Young kids don't necessarily always have the language to talk about that or express that in really clear ways. But what we know is that they're expressing it, and as they get older, they express it really clearly. And I think you didn't ask this question, but I think what's changing is that some parents and some adults are actually learning to recognize those signals from their young people, as opposed to either ignoring them or trying to say it's a phase or trying to force them to either be more masculine or more feminine.